Even if their sunscreen claims that it gives 8 hours protection, you still have to reapply. Today we are going to discuss how much SPF should you use, how much should you apply, how often do you have to wash your face in between your sunscreen applications. Hey guys, I'm Dr. Nancy, dermatologist, and if you haven't subscribed my channel already, please subscribe and keep watching. I have already talked about regarding SPF, what does it mean and how much should you apply. Today I'm going to repeat a little bit. SPF 30, 50, 100, which one should you use? You should use at least 30 and above, but it is not necessary to go beyond 50. It became sticky and uncomfortable to reapply. That is why I prefer between 30 to 50 range. And regarding SPF 100, they have done some studies. They found out that whoever is using SPF higher than 50, they don't reapply properly, they don't practice proper sun protection, and that is why there are more chance of sunburn in person applying SPF more than 50, like especially 100. Do you still have to apply sunscreen if you're applying makeup? Of course, yes, even if you are using foundation, because foundation will give you only around SPF 5 protection, and it will also depends on the thickness of your foundations. I don't think no one will apply that much of a cake on your face, so you still have to use sunscreen, and reapplication becomes a little bit more problematic. If we measure in teaspoon, you require almost 1.5 or 1 teaspoon for your face and neck, 1 to 2 teaspoons for each, for your arms, legs, and even your trunk. If we calculate in terms of fingers, you will use 2 finger rule. Before the era of COVID, we used to use 2 finger rule, but now I'm using only 1 because I started getting lots of like clogged pores, blackheads in this area. That is why I'm applying most of them over here, but it totally depends on your situation. It is okay to apply a second layer because your first application, most of the time we skip some areas or we apply insufficient quantity. So if you have melasma, pigmentation problem, it is fine to apply all over your face, and in that particular area just apply a little bit more as a second coat. There is nothing wrong with applying makeup trying to cover your melasma. There is nothing wrong with that. If you apply sunscreen and on top of that some foundation, it is going to give more sun protection. How many times should you reapply your sunscreen? By the book, you have to reapply every 2 to 3 hours. For example, if you go out for some sports or you are going for some picnic, it is best if you apply every 2 early or every 3 early. But if you cannot do this, you can apply it in the morning before leaving, and in the afternoon, lunchtime, and evening around 3 o'clock or before you leave your office or something. So that is the best way you can apply your sunscreen. And if you have melasma, you cannot skip at all. Even if their sunscreen claims that it gives 8 hours protection, you still have to reapply. Are we going to wash our face in between every time? Like, of course, no. You are going to blot a little bit of the oil from your face and then just reapply on top of your previous sunscreen, because they are going to all add up and gives more protection. That is why you are not supposed to wash in between. You should wash your face only twice a day, otherwise it is drying and irritating to your skin. Why do we need to reapply sunscreen? Basically, number 1, it's like the power is gone. Whatever you have applied in the morning, sometimes it is displaced, like when you sweat and when you wipe your face with your hands and your face mask, it kept on wiping off from your face. So that is why you have to reapply sunscreen. And there are many people who are saying that when they have melasma or pigmentation, their pigmentation have decreased even without treatment, but with regular use of sunscreen and reapplication. Just because you're using sunscreen, that doesn't mean that you can walk under the sun. Use umbrella and protective clothing, hats, or whatever you have. how are we going to wash all the sunscreen which we have applied, like 3-4 layers? How are we going to wash it off? You can use micellar water, cleansing balm, cleansing oil, etc., and then go ahead with your normal face wash. Even if you are not using makeup, it is going to clean all your sunscreen. And sometimes I feel like using just normal face wash, it doesn't clean my face properly. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.